Hello everyone and welcome to the Bulldog Report. Happy Tuesday. We are here from some Metuchen high school softball action as the Lady Bulldogs coming in at 3-0 face off with the 0-3 South River Rams. I'm Eddie Kalegi, excited to bring you some coverage today. Should be a great game. The girls softball team returning just 2 players from the 2019 roster. They've been excelling so far and I think we can expect some more today. Abby Kozo has been pitching well. She's on the mound. Annika Frick has played well as as Brianna De La Fuente. Should be a great day for them. For South River, they've struggled a bit this season. They're also a young team with just 1 player returning from 2019. As the girls get set and ready to go, and like we said, they have their number 2 starter on the mound, Abby Kozo. This team lost a lot of pitching back from their 2019 roster, but certainly hasn't phased them here. As South River will get set to go, I believe their leadoff hitter here is Jalen Ramirez. Kozo lines up the first pitch in their first strike. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back at the screen. Softball field, we're excited to be broadcasting our second event here of the spring season. If you hear some background noise, there is also a dual track meet going on right now just on the other side of the field, which we're actually closer to than the softball field, as that pitch misses upstairs there to Jalen Ramirez. Ramirez 0 for 4 this season with 4 walks. Has also started 2 games, but has struggled so far on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down she goes. Jalen Ramirez goes down swinging, and that's how we start this game off. So Ramirez chases a pitch out of the zone, and Kozo gets things started. Second batter in the Ram order is up, and pitch is upstairs. So Kozo in her first start went 5 innings, allowed just 1 hit, struck out 9, and here with a nice swing and a miss, good pitch there to get it to 1-1. Metuchen's last game, a 15-5 drubbing of Middlesex on Friday. Kozo went 4 for 4, as did fellow sophomore Brianna De La Fuente. Both of them went 4 of 4 in the game, combining for 8 RBI and 3 home runs, while Annika Frick picked up her second win on the mound. That pitch in there for a strike, and the count is 1-2 to the second hitter in this Rams order. Swing and a miss. Way in front of that one. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kozo and 2 away. And first pitch breaks in there for a strike. I believe this is Aaliyah Rosado currently batting. And she swings at an off-speed pitch, and the count is 0-2. So Kozo 1 pitch away from striking out the side of the first inning. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, got her. 3 pitches, Abby Kozo strikes out the side of the top of the first inning, and the side's retired. Metuchen will come up to bat next. Middle of the first inning, no score here between the Bulldogs and the South River Rams. And what an excellent start it has been here for Abby Kozo on the mound, the sophomore. Also, the thing to remember with all of these sophomores, for example, they did not have a freshman season. This is the first softball and any of the spring sports in 2 long years. So Kozo, this is just her 4th softball game at the high school level, not JV, not varsity, just overall at the high school level. It's been a challenge, but she's certainly excited to be out there. Sabrina Rega takes the mound here for South River, the freshman in her first start We'll see what she can do today. So stay with us here live on the Bulldog Report. Once again, this is Eddie Kalegi. No score, middle of the first inning. After 3 strikeouts from Kozo, bottom of the first is coming up. So bottom of the first inning, and Metuchen getting their offense started. It'll be Nia Zapp leading off. Of course, there's a lot of high averages on this team. Metuchen has outscored their opponents a combined 46-6 in 3 games this season. Zapp's consistency at the plate has been a large reason why, hitting .571 with a home run, 4 ribbies, and a stolen base. And she cranks this one to left field, and she's going to go on the run as they'll chase after it. Zapp's going to go to second. Zapp heading to third. They're waving her around. It won't get there. It's an inside the park leadoff home run for Mia Zapp, and the Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead. What a start for Mia Zapp inside the park. And Metuchen leads it 1-0. Third pitch, and she cranks it off of Rega in her debut. And the Bulldogs lead it 1-0 on Zapp's second homer of the season. So now, second batter in the order is Noelle Leaf, one of those 2 returning players. The senior hit .365 with 2 homers, 16 ribbies back in 2019. And she's playing here. That pitch skips to the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Zapp was just able to crank that one to left center field. It got past the outfielders. We don't have an outfield camera. Hopefully next time we'll have that working, so apologies for that if we'll miss out on a couple things in the outfield. But obviously that ball got away, and Zapp was able to round the bases and get home quickly. Zapp, another underclassman, but she's also got some varsity playing experience with the basketball team back in the winter. Speaking of someone with lots of varsity experience, that's Noelle Leaf, of course, the 2-time reigning GMC Conference Player of the Year for field hockey, and she will be heading to Rutgers to continue her field hockey career there, as she drives this one foul towards the coach's box on the first base side. So Sabrina Rega, pitching debut, hitting 0 for 8 from the plate this season. And this one is grounded up the middle, base hit into center field. Leaf will take the wide turn. She'll head for second. Leaf will get in safely with the double, and the Bulldogs have another hitter in scoring position as a double there legged out by Noelle Leaf. Thought she just had a casual single, some trouble in the outfield there, and she converts and gets over to second base. Three-hitter in the order is up. And this one is cranked out to left center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Leaf's going to round third. She will score. Coming around third, looking to score for another inside the park home run. It's Abby Kozo getting it done at the plate. Kozo with the 2-run inside the park home run. Second home run of the inning. And Metuchen leads it 3-0. Now, of course, we knew this would be tough. South River's been outscored 42-10 this season. Metuchen's outscored their opponents 46-6. As that pitch goes high and gets away, and it's Brianna De La Fuente here, but to this extent, I don't think we could have expected it. And Abby Kozo is hitting .800 this season through the first 3 games. So is this batter, cleanup hitter Brianna De La Fuente, who had the 2-homer, 5-ribby, 4-hit performance on Friday. Hitting .800, 2 homers, team high 9 RBI this season. And she drives one through the hole into left field for a base hit. She'll take the wide turn at first. Now the throw gets away heading into the infield. And on an errant throw, De La Fuente stretches out the single to a double. And Metuchen is putting together a drubbing of Sabrina Rega and the South River offense early. And like we said, we expected a strong performance, but maybe not to the extent that they're having right now. Striking out the side in the top half of the inning. They have not been out yet in this game. And that pitch is a wild one, gets to the backstop, and De La Fuente heads up base running, gets over to third, and is now just a few feet away from scoring. And this one is driven through the hole. That's a base hit and an RBI. It's an RBI single right there. And now it's advancing to second on another errant throw. Metuchen just continues to pile it on. It's now 4-0. Didn't quite see who that was who hit that, but we'll see it when they're going around the bases next. There's a wide lead taken right there. That's Leslie Flaherty, by the way, who just had that last hit and advanced to second. So Rega has not retired anybody yet, and this Metuchen softball team is looking really strong. And of course, this is a team that had their worst record in the past decade. Back in that 2019 season, went 10-11. Yeah, they were 9-3 in Blue Division play, but 1-8 in all other games. And that pitch is going to miss upstairs. So now Rega having some trouble finding the strike zone. Leslie Flaherty, the runner at second. Metuchen already with 4 home in the inning, looking for more with nobody out. And that pitch is high. Rega had at the very least decent command of her balls and strikes at this point, but now has struggled to find the strike zone over these past couple of pitches. Another one there, that misses low, ball 4. So a walk to Kylie Flaherty, and now first and second. And that'll bring up Annika Frick. Rega the wind up, the first pitch. This one is blooped out to left field, and that will be a foul ball, I believe. Yes, it is. A foul ball right there for Frick. 7th in the order. Frick, 2019, hit .352, 2 homers and 11 RBI, but of course she is known predominantly as a pitcher, and that one skips away to the backstop. Advancing to third goes Leslie Flaherty. Kylie Flaherty heads to second. Rega just desperately needs an out. And that pitch is going to miss away. And of course, for a freshman, this is immensely difficult, especially against such a talented team that we see here with the Metuchen Bulldogs. Flaherty's sisters at second and third. Nobody out. Bulldogs up 4-0 here in the bottom of the first. And that pitch is going to skip away as well. Frick so far this season hitting .375, a home run. She also has had the team's only triple coming into this, and 6 RBI. And that one is fouled hard back at the backstop. So Rega takes a moment, steps off. Wind up. Here's the pitch. And that one is low for ball 4. Back-to-back walks allowed by Rega. And the bases are now loaded here. And Metuchen can maybe put this game out of reach in the opening inning here with still nobody out. And Nicole Trolero coming up. Trolero getting the start today. Hasn't played much this season. Does not have an official plate appearance. She's walked once in her only at bat so far through the first 3 games. So sacks are full. Nobody out. 4-0. Started with an inside the park home run from Zap. Kozo also with an inside the parker. And Rega, as this inning has gone on, has just completely lost her command. Here's the pitch. And that one misses. I believe the count is 3-0 now to Trolero with the bases loaded. Leslie Flaherty at third, Kylie Flaherty at second. Frick at first, and that pitch outside, ball 4, skips away, forces in a run, and it's 5-0. And the disaster of an inning here for the South River Rams continues. They lost 18-2 in their last game on Saturday. And it's following a similar story here. The girls have won here for Metuchen all 3 of their games via the mercy rule, as Julia Swikowski, the freshman, 9th in the order, is batting, looking for her first hit of the season. But Metuchen has not played a 7-inning game yet. But, in some ways you kind of want that experience of getting battle tested, especially when you look at the GMCs and any state playoff games. It's going to be against some immensely talented programs, and you need the experience of, in some ways, losing and playing tight games to be prepared for that. As a swing and a miss there, Swikowski out in front of that pitch, and I believe it's 1-2 here to number 9 in the order. Metuchen's nearly batted around, still nobody out, a couple of walks and 6 hits here this inning. Actually, 3 walks, 5 hits so far.
Start-finish area, all 400-meter runners.
Rega, big-time windup. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside. Metuchen staying very disciplined at the plate, only swinging at pitches that they should swing at. Some wise decisions. And that one's going to hit Swikowski on the back. That will force in another run. And the horrendous inning here for Rega continues. She has not recorded an out. 6 runs allowed on 5 hits, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch. And now Mia Zapp, who started the inning with a first pitch inside the park homer, will come up again with the bases loaded, looking to strike for more, and she watches the first one go low for a ball. Bulldogs have had some huge games so far, and it's looking like that trend could continue here offensively, as they've already scored 6. And that pitch is actually in there for a strike. Frick at third, Trolero at second, Swikowski at first. With the heart of the order here, Zap, Leaf, Kozo, and De La Fuente due up here for the Dogs. Here's the pitch. And that one, I believe, is in there for a strike as well. So Rega starting to find her command a bit. Here's the pitch. That one skips to the plate. So Kozo getting quite the break between pitching innings. And, that's a nice thing to have. And the Bulldogs have had some huge innings already this season. I believe they scored 9 first-inning runs in the season opener. So this is not really a surprise. Zap bouncer on the ground through the hole, base hit. Frick scores. Rounding third goes Trolero. She'll come to the plate. Swikowski stops at third. Zap advances to second. It's a 2-run RBI double, and Metuchen now leads it 8-0. Mia Zap comes through again. 10 people have batted. Nobody retired. Now Noelle Leaf will come back to the plate. with 2 in scoring position, and the first pitch in there for a strike, despite being dropped back there by the catcher. So a mess of an inning here for South River, and that one bounces away. Leaf kind of had to take evasive action to avoid that pitch that kind of slipped towards her. There's the pitch. Bouncer on the ground, through the hole, past Ramirez for another base hit. Swikowski scores. Zap comes home. Coming to second goes Noel Leaf. Back-to-back 2-run doubles for the Bulldogs. It's a 10-run first inning. Metuchen leads it 10-0. We knew this team was talented, but maybe not to this extent. The Bulldogs are crushing it, and now Abby Kozo swings at the first pitch, and that one is going to go for a base hit. Leaf is going to score. Kozo rounds second. Kozo coming around to third, and she'll stop there. Now she's going home. And now we're seeing what the ruling is here from the umpires. She's going to be ruled a triple there. But nonetheless, another RBI, first pitch swinging. You can just tell how prepared she is. And this is only her as a sophomore. Her and De La Fuente, who both came into this game hitting .800. That means 8 for 10. They've only been retired twice this season. And to be hitting at that level so early as sophomores just makes you excited for what they can potentially do as a junior or senior to continue to grow the softball program, which at the beginning of the last decade was one of the best in the GMC, but has started to fade in recent years, but is having a resurgence. And with a talented baseball team, of course the great track team, spring sports, 2 years without any action, but they've come back with really high expectations and are really living up to those expectations. So that pitch bounces away. 11-0. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. De La Fuente is the 13th batter of the inning. And that pitch goes firing back to the backstop. Here's another pitch from Rega. And that one is high outside ball four. De La Fuente watches that one go. 4th walk of the inning. And now 2 batters on for Leslie Flaherty, who singled and scored the 5th run of the inning. An absolutely unbelievable performance here from Metuchen's offense. And that one goes to the backstop, and that'll allow De La Fuente to cruise over to second. Just how many more runs can Metuchen pile on here? Flaherty drops to bunt. That one skips away. De La Fuente was trying to go to third, but Kozo's still standing there. And she'll head back to second now. Third first inning of 7+ runs so far this season, but this is the highest, 11 runs, and still nobody out, so the potential for them to just keep piling it on is definitely out there. The question is, how much can they do? Pitch from Rega. That one is high, ball 4, 5th walk. But South River clearly does not have too many pitching options that they are sticking with Rega here. 5 walks, a hit by pitch, 2 home runs, 2 singles, 2 doubles, and a triple. And now a conversation at the mound. And it looks like Rega's day will end at the mound, and they will switch it over to Summer DiFilippo to make her first pitching appearance of the season. 167 at the plate. So an absolutely dreadful outing will end here for the freshman Sabrina Rega, who does not does not earn an out and faces 14 batters. She walked 5 of them, hit 1, allowed 2 singles, 3 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. Currently charged for 11 runs, but is responsible for all 3 that are on base right now. Now, I don't know how many of those will actually be earned, because there was at least one of those hits for sure where the runner advanced to second because of an errant throw. Specifically with De La Fuente's single earlier in the inning, but what a dichotomy between these two teams. The fact that Metuchen just eased through Abby Kozo, I believe only threw 12 pitches in the first inning and struck out the side. And then their offense is just crushing it, and Coach Hannah Thomas has to be very happy. For a team that was below 500 just 2 years ago, the complete 180 that this team has taken is really something to celebrate. As DeFilippo's pitch is taken upstairs by Kylie Flaherty, who walked and scored earlier in the inning. Bases loaded now for the second time. And she gets a breaking ball. And that one's going to fall in. Kozo scores. De La Fuente scores. Rounding third goes Leslie Flaherty. She'll come home. Kylie Flaherty stops at third. It's a 3-run triple. It's 14-0 Metuchen in the first inning. My goodness. I mean, they have to be approaching some sort of school record at this point for runs in a single inning. And this one grounded, stopped at second, but no play at first base. Throw is late. An infield single, make it 15-0. Annika Frick nearly was out number 1, but she legs that one out, and Flaherty scores. And the lead is 15. 15-0 in the first inning. And dropping down a bunt, looking for another hit. Nobody's there to cover first. And Frick will go over to third. Nicole Trolero drops down a bunt on the first pitch. And Metuchen, despite the huge lead, is not letting up. That'll bring up Swikowski. She'll pop one up, first base side, out of play behind the fence. What an unbelievable inning. Unless a triple play somehow happens here, they will bat around twice this inning. As that pitch misses outside.
Only in the high hurdles. Set up high hurdles for boys.
And that one barely makes it to the plate. So a horrendous outing for Rega, DeFilippo not doing much better, and South River, who have been dominated by their opponents so far this season, have not gotten an even match by any standards here against Metuchen, as Swikowski wisely takes another one low. I believe the count is now 3-1. Mia Zapp, who already has a double, a homer, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBI in the inning, is due up next. And that pitch goes to the backstop, high ball 4, another walk. Walk number 6. And Zapp will bat for the 3rd time in the inning with still nobody out. 19th batter of the first inning is taken low, ball 1. Can the girls get the 20 runs here in the first inning? This one, a bouncer past the glove of the third baseman and in through the hole. Everybody moves once. It's like a wheel. Frick will score. It's an RBI single now. Mia Zapp is a triple shy of the cycle for the inning. And it's now 16-0. And now Leaf will bat again. And Leaf blooper, finally, and out. Noel Leaf pops out to the left side. Catch made there by Aaliyah Rosado, the only returning player from South River's 2019 roster. So Leaf ends the stretch of 19 consecutive Metuchen batters reaching base to start a game, which I'd assume approaches or maybe even is a school record. Their season high for runs, I believe, is 17. I can clarify that, as Abby Kozo currently at the plate. Kozo, the starting pitcher, seems like so long ago when she was on the mound. She's homered and tripled and driven in 5 in the first inning. Their season high in runs was 19 against Mother Seton. That game they had 9 in the first inning. As that pitch taken outside ball 4 forces in another run. Make it a 17-0 game. Now De La Fuente will bat with the bases loaded, and she takes that one all the way. And that one skips low as well. Metuchen definitely seeking 20 runs here in the first inning. And they have some challenges ahead on the schedule. They got a game against Carteret later this week. As that one goes off the third baseman, Rosado. She's hurt on the liner. And now we'll have to check if Rosado's okay. Probably got a stinger right in the lower knee. Trainer will come out. Run's going to score. But Rosado is hurt. Julie Youngman, the Metuchen trainer, also out there along with the third base coach and head coach for South River. And this is a tough break. Rosado, of course, like we said, is their only returning player from the 2019 roster. Hit .421 with a home run and 5 RBI. She's up. That's a good sign, and it looks like she can put some weight on it. Might just be a stinger and a nasty bruise, and that's probably what you'd hope for. She'll try to stretch that out a little bit. But that was really not even on a bounce. That was pretty much a straight bullet there off the bat of De La Fuente, who we know has power, has already hit 2 home runs this season. As they'll take a moment here, but just a chaotic opening inning here. Eddie Kalegi back here on the Bulldog Report, and it's amazing what this offense can do. And this is a young team, but this is really a story we've seen with so many female sports here in Metuchen. The field hockey team, the basketball team, the girls soccer team. There are a lot of athletes in the classes of 22, 23, and 24, and they're all living up to the hype and playing really well. And doing so well as young freshmen and sophomores, you can only imagine what they'll be able to accomplish during their junior and senior years. So it's really nice to see how they've been doing at this point. And just seeing what the decision is here, because we see Metuchen over on the first base line, South River here on the third base line. as the Bulldogs will all head back. So it's just me up here. I'm just trying to figure out the situation. Of course, there has been no mercy rule that has been hit in the first inning, so not exactly sure. But where we're at, the first 19 batters for Metuchen reached base. Some notables: 3 hits from Mia Zapp, including a home run. Abby Kozo with a homer, a triple, 5 RBI. But it was a horrendous start for Sabrina Rega on the mound. And Summer De Filippo has not found as much success. The only out so far has been Noelle Leaf popping out to the third base side. Aaliyah Rosado made that catch, but then, just recently, took a hard liner off her right shin on a bullet RBI single by Brianna De La Fuente, the Metuchen cleanup hitter. So that's where we're at right now. It's 18-0 Metuchen here in the bottom of the first inning. There is 1 out. But I'm still not entirely sure what we have going on right now, so I'll get you an update as soon as possible. So everybody is off the field. During the little stoppage, this is an ideal time to promote the MHS podcast, the online voice of Metuchen High School. There will be a new show next week with all the latest in spring sports. We're also planning to highlight the Unified PE program, so we'll be excited to do that. So the South River team is coming out of our camera shot at this time. So, of course, just like I said, we had some issues with our other camera, so this is the one angle that we have. So, not 100% sure what we have going on right now. It's appearing the umpires did leave the field, so that could be the end of the game. South River can't confirm anything at this point, but the indications that I'm seeing that the umpires and South River have both left the field, they may have forfeited this game here in the bottom of the first inning after that injury to Rosado. Now, like we said, Metuchen has won all 3 of their games by mercy rule, but none of them have been to this extent. They had not scored more than 9 runs in a single inning in any of those 3 games. The most was they had 9 runs in the first inning against Mother Seton, but that was all. They had 10 early runs in their last game against Middlesex in the first 2 innings. We're up 15-0, but Middlesex fought back, scored 5 runs, and almost prevented the mercy rule, but Annika Frick was able to work out of that inning. So, of course, it's just me, part of this crew right now, so I'm just trying to figure out everything, so my apologies here. But from all indications, for anybody just tuning in, Abby Kozo pitched the top of the first inning for Metuchen, struck out the side. The Bulldog offense, the first 19 batters reached base. It's a couple of homers, a triple, 3 doubles, 3 singles, 6 walks, and a hit by pitch. They scored 17 runs. Run number 18 came with the bases loaded, a line drive by Brianna De La Fuente off the shin of Aaliyah Rosado, the only senior on this South River roster. She went down with an injury, got up, looked like she was trying to walk it off, but of course went for some more treatment. And then soon after that, Leslie Flaherty was in the batter's box, but then the umpires had a conversation, and they ended up stopping what they were doing. The umpires have come off the field. South River has come off the field. Metuchen is still back there, so just trying to get any confirmation I can get. Of course, just laying everything out right now. I'm the only person here from the Bulldog Report doing this game, so I'm up here. We have the athletic director down by the field. I'm contacting him to see what we can find out. But really difficult to really tell the situation. And apologies, we have just the one camera. We tested out that second one, and for whatever reason, we were actually having an issue with the cable. And it was not syncing up properly. The camera kept blinking. So while it did work in some ways, we didn't really want to have to deal with having a cable issue up there and with it blinking when we pan to the outfield. So that's why we have it right here set up right in front of me here in the press box. So this is a little opportunity for just to show off what we have going on while I get any answers of what's going on right now. So obviously I'm in the press box. Just in front of me over here is a track meet going on the football field. The softball field is actually back there behind me. So that's about where everything generally is. Baseball, for people unfamiliar with the high school, is much further back that way. So it's interesting and it's been unique, but we really have to give credit to the MEF who have really made everything possible here. So trying to get the news, and the confirmation has come in from the athletic director, John Cathcart, that the game is over. So an unconventional game to say the least. This game was also postponed from yesterday due to a COVID issue for South River. But the game is over here after just over an inning. Metuchen has officially won this game 18-0 after a forfeit from South River with one out in the bottom of the first. So, appreciate everybody tuning in. Of course, expected to get a little more softball in today, and thank you to Kayla for clarifying in the chat as well, and thank you to Mr. Cathcart for sending me that text just to make sure of everything. But so the Bulldogs finished things off. Just looking at some statistics from that first inning, Mia Zapp had 3 hits for the team, 2 hits for Noelle Leaf, 2 extra base hits for Abby Kozo, including a triple and a home run. Brianna De La Fuente with 2 hits, including the last hit of the game. Leslie Flaherty singled, Kylie Flaherty with a triple and a walk, a single for Frick, a single for Trolero, and Julius Wykowski reached base twice. Now, of course, there are some positive takeaways for Metuchen. Of course, for South River, you might have wanted to see some more, but after seeing one of their players get hurt, that you knew coming into this, like we said, Metuchen has outscored their opponents by 31 runs this season, while South River has been outscored by 30 runs. So you understand the logic of them not wanting to get anybody else hurt and suffer any more of a beatdown when they have other more reasonable opponents down the line. Before Metuchen, another statement performance, and they're continuing to pile up the wins and prove to be one of the top programs in the GMC. So, weird way to end it. Abby Kozo, technically the winner on the mound, just needed to pitch 1 inning, no hits, 3 strikeouts now. She's only allowed 1 hit over 6 innings so far this season. But that's going to just about wrap up today's stream. Thank you to Mr. Cathcart for helping us set everything up, and you can follow on Twitter at Metuchen Fans. That's the Metuchen High Sports Twitter account for more information about future streams for both baseball and softball. But until then, I'm Eddie Kalegi signing off here from the Bulldog Report. We hope you have a great rest of your day.